Man, what's good, people? What's good? It's your favorite uncle, Uncle Bernsey. It's time to get back into Citizen Sleeper 2 today. Let's do it. Because, came off a really good episode last time around. Hope everyone's doing good out there. Folks on the YouTube side, like and subscribe, all the good things. Follow me on Twitch. I'm on all of that, Uncle Bernsey, Blue Sky as well. And now, where were we before? So we just got back, if I remember correctly, from what's the place called? It is, yeah, we got back out of Darkside. And then basically we barely made it out. Got a nice little achievement for doing it without getting caught. Love to see it. Lane, he said, like, he caught us on the way out, and he was able to control my body and break my finger. So dang, what do we do if we were to go back to Darkside? So right now, our AI buddy, the Overseer on the inside of my head, I guess, no one knows. He said there is a way to block Lane from taking over our body, and that requires us finding someone from Solheim. I don't have a mission for it over here, but I think it's going to be something that pops up along the way, because we have to do that before going back to Darkside. Else Lane will just control us, and it's all over. So, oh, also we were able to upgrade the rig. We have now 15 fuel, so basically we can go further. Faster, not really faster. We can just go longer distances. So right now we just have go and figure out who Carmen is, because for Ankita, she gave us something from Darkside that will essentially start up the next arc. Can't do this yet. So for Cadet, we have to take a drive to Darkside, but we have to complete some other stuff before then. So yeah, let's get into it. I think we have supplies, fuel, all that good stuff. There's nothing else to do unless I'm trying to sell something or make more engine components, which can we upgrade again? Can we upgrade the rig again, or is that like a one-time upgrade? Looks like, okay. Looks like it was a one-time upgrade. Oh, Cadet is... no, love it. Okay, so Bliss is engineering and intuition, and Cadet is, I believe this is what, Engage? Yeah, Engage in engineering, so that's cool. Oh yes, yeah, hold up, I forgot. Let's end the cycle, because there was a little side thing that we didn't start, and it is cargo bay, because we can grow mushrooms, and we didn't put any stuff towards this. So yeah, I'm taking the route that will always be success, but we have nothing but success here today. So we got 2. Cool. Now we get positives. But yeah, I guess while we're doing all of this, I think it's really cool. I don't know if I would say this world is cool. Like, yes, there's great stuff to be had. Like, hey, look, we're in space. But dang, corporations messing up us having fun in space. I don't even know what I would be doing if I was in this type of world. Probably be some form of a worker. Oh, I just needed one more. I'd probably be some kind of worker. At the very least, I want to be someone that's probably, like, you know, doing jobs and flying around in a ship. Because come on, like Firefly, if anyone remembers that show, reminds me of all of that, having a crew and stuff like that. So I think that's what I would be if we were playing these type of like freelancer games, or yeah, if you ever played freelancer. So be a trader or something like that. But I would try to be an engineer though. Would like to be an engineer, know how to like work a ship. But yeah, what about y'all? Would y'all like to, what would y'all be if y'all were in this world? Obviously, we know you would be getting screwed by the corporation in some form or fashion. It happens. Oh, that sucks. But yeah. Just a little question for y'all on that one today. Oh, my energy. Come on. There we go. Okay, cool. So it looks like 3 cycles and this will be complete. I do have a dice left over. Yard supply. we're good in that. We're good in that boat. Yeah, let's get a meal. I have so much money. And I don't think there's any jobs here. Marco's yard. Therapist, engineer, or doctor for robot prosthesis or for robot prosthesis and sleepers. Gotcha. Hermit. I feel like McLam Chops, you would probably be like that one dude we met in that one mission. That one dude that's like a tinkerer. He does nothing but tinker all day. He just wants to tear everything apart. That's like who I think you would be. Oh, wait a minute. His mess of tools, scrap, and components is worrying. How can you tell what is worth taking in all this? Okay. Let's see what this does. Oh, engine components. And, okay, so at the best, it's an engine component. Okay. Well, I don't want to use... Oh, I'm about to search this before we leave then. Yeah, I should have used this. Oh, yes, and there's no, we're not being hunted because Lane has to stay on dark side because the Utsubo, they're basically having a like a civil war, or like it's basically like an internal war, and so he's calming it all down. So while we're doing our thing outside, he has to stay inside. So that's cool. We don't have to worry about him chasing us. And Marco kind of betrayed us there. We did save him though, but that's why he just said like, hey, if you get back, just you can take whatever you want out of my shop. Whatever's left. That's a neutral outcome, so we get scrap components, if not engine components. Got it. Okay. Well, that's the stock, because Marco is not there anymore. And we got some engine components. We're back up to 3, and we can actually come back here to the fabricator. Oh, what's this? Oh, Surya's yard. That's right. Rig paint removal. No. I want to go get the other paints. But a 4 and a 2. It's not really a lot. I guess we can just mess with this here. And then we can leave. But yeah, I'd probably be an engineer here. Like, especially when we have got some scrap components. We have ships out there that we can just we can make a ship engine and stuff. That'll be so cool. Bringing a ship to life from jump. Same thing, I guess, with a car. It's the same kind of a achievement. So yeah, let's go to the only thing we can do. See, for the repaint the rig real quick before we start moving, we just gotta gather designs from across the belt, apparently. Don't know what that means, so let's just toggle the major mission here and let's get out of here. Belt. We can go. Oh yeah, I forgot. Travel to Oliveira. Is that a local thing? No. Let me see. It's nowhere here, huh? Oh, there it is. Oliveira, concealed colony. And see, we can make it in one jump. So, a hollow is a debris field settlement. I think something's here, but let's go to Oliveira. We gotta go find Carmen. With our new colors, new colors too. Alright, you find Oliveira exactly where Ankita said it would be. A ragged colony, nestled in a crater on one of the biggest rocks of the shoals. Seraphim gets no response to his initial broadcast, and so you find yourself in a docking tunnel. The rig at one end, the colony at the other, and no idea what awaits you. I need you to get back on that ship and keep flying. You freeze in the dark tunnel, a figure in front of you, holding a long gun at their hip. I'm serious. Xander? Oh, look at Xander! Look at my boy! I love the hairdo, my boy. I see you. You look good. You look good. He's hard-headed and quick-witted. Yeah, sounds about right. Your eyes adjust to the dark, and as they do, you see a man, no, a boy, carrying a long, dark shape in his hands. I don't know how you found us, but you need to leave right now and forget this place. You glance over your shoulder and see Seraphim, his hands raised in front of him in a gesture of calm. Look, kid, we mean no harm. How about you go run and get someone? I am someone. I'm Xander. He sticks out his jaw. It's you I don't know, and I'll decide who's gonna do some harm here. He reaches across his chest and thumbs on a lamp he has lashed there. You blink in the glare of the bright light, shielding your eyes, and as you do, you see a flicker of confusion crossing Xander's face. He meets your eye with a look of shock and opens his mouth as if to speak, though no words emerge. Nikita sent us. You notice a familiar name registered with Xander, adding to whatever confusion or question your appearance has provoked. You see his eyes taking in your sleeper body, his gun dropping a little as he takes his attention off of it. Is this? He looks between you and Seraphin. Are you here from for Flint? He pulls the gun closer to himself. I'll be honest, kid, we have no idea who you are talking about. Seraphin allows himself to drift a little forward, so how about you drop the gun and we can talk like adults? As Seraphin floats past you, he gives you a look that makes you nervous. Let's all stay calm. Xander? The voice echoes along the docking bridge. Xander, what are you doing? A figure appears at the end of the bridge behind Xander. A young woman, clearly older than the boy in front of you. Cadence? Okay. Found these two trying to sneak in, Cadence. Xander keeps his eyes on you and Seraphin as he speaks. Saboteurs, maybe? Well, it's about to send them on their way. Xander grins. I assure you, we are not saboteurs, miss, as he smiles at Cadence. Cadence sighs and glides towards Xander. Stop messing around with that welder. She snatches his gun out of Xander's hands, and as she does, both you and Seraphin reflexively flinch. Cadence looks at the two of you with a raised eyebrow and turns the gun so you can see it better. You notice the fuel tank and welding muzzle. It probably has an effective range of less than half a foot. Seraphin looks at Xander and rolls his eyes. Seriously? Cadence lowers the welder to her side and turns to Xander. Now's not the time. We just got an emergency broadcast from Carmen and Flint. Something's happened. Xander's attitude changes immediately. He turns to face Cadence, putting his back to you, as if you had just disappeared completely. What do you mean something's happened? I don't know. They went quiet in the shoals. All we got was a distress signal. Cadence raises her hands reassuringly. Don't get excited. They probably just had a technical fault on the ship, but we should check in anyway. We have to get them. Xander grabs the welder back and slings it over his shoulder. Oh, look at you. Got a whole welder there. And what, Xander? They took our only functioning ship, the Tender Tide, still in pieces in the hangar. Seraphin gives you a nudge and nods towards Cadence and Xander. This is your chance. We have a ship. Xander wheels around in the tunnel, squinting at you in thought. Seraphin moves past you, approaching them. We need to see Carmen, and it seems like Carmen needs our help. He looks between the two of them. So how about we stop messing around in this dingy tunnel and go get your friend? Xander turns back to Cadence. Them? Really? He rolls his eyes. We're not the only people on Olivera. There must be other ships. You want to go looking? They're here now. Cadence looks at Seraphin, and they are generously offering to help. She smiles sheepishly. Oh? Sheepishly? Is Seraphin and Cadence sitting in a tree? K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Who knows? I mean, did you see my boy? You see my boy Seraphin in the before shot? He's healed now. He got that The Rock look now. Except for the hair. I don't know about the hair though. Fine. Xander folds his arms, but I'm coming with you. Fine by us. Look at that man. Look at that man clasping the hands. He's like, how you doing? How you doing? I'm sorry. I'll let that one go. He shakes his head and looks at you. Come on then. You both turn and head back into the ship. Seraphin whispering as you do. What kind of backwater has Nikita sent us to? He sighs. That kid thinks he's some kind of sheriff. Not used to visitors, I guess. Tucked away in the shoals like this? I'm not surprised. What are they doing out here? What are we talking about? Xander catches up with you and Seraphin. His mood seemed buoyed by the prospect of boarding a ship. You wonder how often he gets to leave Olivera. Olivera? Oh, you haven't seen the half of it, Xander winks. Wait up! You turn back to see Cadence gliding up the tunnel. I changed my mind. I'm coming too. Give me a minute to grab some supplies. She glances at Xander, just in case. He cuts in. I'll give you a hand. That alright, Sleeper? We'll be there in a sec. He looks at you. You pause, but Seraphin doesn't seem to be waiting for confirmation as he and Cadence head back into the dock. You are slightly thrown off by his eagerness to be helpful. This is the first time you've actually seen him be welcoming anyone coming on board the rig. Ah! When you get to the cockpit, you notice Xander looking wide-eyed at the consoles and switches. Cool ship, he grins. After a short wait, Cadence and Seraphin come back into the cockpit. All loaded up. Seraphin pats Xander on the shoulder. Might want to strap in there, kid. Xander and Cadence find a place to settle as Seraphin buckles himself into the flight seat. All right, he turns to Xander. Show us where to go. Oh. That man, he just gave a look. He said, I gave her a look and waterfall. You head out into the shoals, the thick debris field that surrounds Oliveira. What's happening in here, Sleeper? Bliss pokes their head. I gotta stop doing that. Bliss pokes their head into the cockpit as Seraphim brings the ship in towards the signal coordinates Xander gave him. You look around the cockpit. Xander is tapping at the co-pilot console mounted in front of his seat in a haphazard way, while Cadence is asking Seraphim about how the rig works. Surprisingly, Seraphim is responding with patience and care. They'll help. Just some guests. Bliss glances at Xander as Seraphim reaches over and shuts off his console without looking. Isn't he a bit young for this? Bliss turns back to you. Junie is working on the ship's wiring and won't respond to my messages. She's probably in the wall somewhere, hooked up to the main line. They smile a weak smile. I'm here. So how about you tell me what we are doing out in the middle of nowhere? Quiet. Seraphim's voice cuts through the chatter. Is that? He gestures out into the debris field at a sparking, ragged-looking shape, tucked beside a rock. Xander rushed to the cockpit glass. Carmen. A moment of tense silence grips the room. That's a ship. Ooh, just sliced in half? You and Bliss exchange concerned glances. This isn't good. I'll bring her in. Seraphim's eyes are fixed on the wreck of the crumpled ship now. We don't know anything yet, so everyone calm down. Xander is silent, his face pressed against the glass. Cadence stares out at the wreck, her cheeks pale. No one speaks until the rig is brought to a stop. All right, now we are going out there and we'll have a poke around. Seraphim looks between Cadence and Xander. We verify the ship and we recover the crew. Seraphim gives you and Bliss a nod and you both push off and glide towards the back of the cockpit. Suddenly, Xander pushes off from the window and glides with you, out of the cockpit. I'm coming too. You need someone to identify the ship. To identify, he stops and takes a breath. Are you sure? I'm sure. Xander gets the words out, then pushes out ahead, towards the airlock. You follow behind, ready to suit up and investigate the wreck. Hey, let's get it. Alrighty, what we got here? Bliss and Xander. Ooh, we might have more crew. He is, he's engineering an Endure. I'm a master at Endure. And so is Bliss. Well, not enduring, but engineering though, right here. Whoops, wrong one. This is Endure. They can do this one. Wreck assessment. Dang it. Okay. I will do this right here. I will probably, let me see. What can Xander do? What can Xander do here? He can help out. Take a hit. Take a try. All right, so let me try one of these twos. I don't want to hit a negative, but we'll see. Nice, nice. Let's try to hit a neutral. Nope, got a negative. I'm thinking of doing a push. And this will actually take this point back too. Bam. All right, let's see if Xander can bring it home. Oops. Bring it home, Xander. Bring it home. You're useless, Xander. No, I'm kidding. Till the next day. To the rig. Oh. Is this done? And we can harvest the mushrooms. Wait. Are you saying that, like, we can supply ourselves while on a contract? Oh, that's so cool. Okay. That's cool. I like it. All right. That's cool, though. Really cool. I will use... I guess I'll use Bliss. Oops, wrong one. No, let's use your 4. Not your 5. The search of Carmen's gutted ship has impacted the mood in the rig. As more and more evidence of an attack has appeared, the quieter Xander has gotten, the more Cadence has retreated into the bunks. Now, with the search complete, you are gathered in the cockpit to discuss what's been found. Come on. Cadence floats by the door, hugging herself against the cold. Tell us already. Xander is perched on the back of one of the seats, flicking at some hinged container he found in the wreck. Open and closed. Open and closed. I'll say carefully. You start by summarizing the search, talking around the details, picking your language carefully. You describe the damage of the ship, but not the attack. You talk about the occupants of the ship without mentioning what might have happened to them. He quickly cuts in. What Sleeper is saying, he gives you a look, is that the ship was hit with weapons fire, badly. Then the drive was fired up, and they attempted to flee. The drive burnt out, and the ship, after hitting multiple rocks and bits of debris, came to a halt here. We found no bodies. At the mention of that word, bodies, a shudder runs through those assembled. Then they are here, somewhere. Xander has a steely look in his eyes, and we find them, whatever state they are in. He looks at Cadence. She nods back at him. Xander's right. We aren't leaving them out here. Carmen made Oliveira what it is, and he saved us. He won't come back without him, or we won't come back without him. She shivers and looks at Xander. He would do the same for us. Based on the damage to the ship, Seraphim begins, they're almost certainly dead. We get it. But there are debris trails leading away from the ship. I've seen them. There are, he holds his hands out in a calming manner, but those could be from a secondary explosions or depressurization. We picked the wrong trail, and it could lead us in circles, cycle after cycle. Then we better pick the right one. Cadence has Xander's steely look now, too. She stares directly at Seraphim, challenging him to answer back. That's what you get. That's what you get for trying to. That's what you get for trying to get someone. Then that's what we'll do. He looks at you with resignation. Whatever happened here, you won't be leaving until you see its end. Ooh. Up, down, and around. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's get this top one. Engineering and endure. Okay. And I have a plus here. I'm the only one that can do map the debris. So I can also just do this one too, because it's +2. So hang on a second. What can they do? They can't touch anything here. Okay, so it's just me and Xander that can do something here, but that's a 3. What about these other ones? Explore the debris, map the debris. Same thing? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I already did my eeny, meeny, miny, mo, so let's get started. Give me all the positives you can give me. I do like how we have a risky over here, though, which is really good. Oh, do I just take, like... Nah, I just want to take the way out. Let's do it. Let's just finish this one up. This isn't leading us anywhere, Sleeper. I'm sorry, but we have to call it. You look out at the scattered debris gleaming in the sunlight. This is right. This trail is going nowhere. If Carmen and Flint did head out from the ship this way, there's no way you'll find them. And if they didn't, there are still more places to look. Bliss interrupts your thoughts. We won't give up on them yet. You think of Xander and Cadence and how they must feel right now. The search must continue. So let's move down here. It sucks that we can't use their stuff. Yeah, but that's on danger. That's a 2-fer if you get a negative. Get me to a 5. Okay, and this 2 can be a 4 or a 3, but they're the same, so I'll put it in risky. I'll take that. Where would we want to put Bliss and their dice? They can kind of take a hit, but we'll do it over here. Nice, nice. I don't want to... It's weird because, like, I'm good at endurance and this, so, I mean, we can risk it for the biscuits here. For him. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, I think if you get a neutral, he'll be out of the count. I don't want him out of the count, though, so... Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting I can get some mushrooms so we can be out here longer. Yo, the mushroom thing was a good move on my part. Look at the dividends. Yeah, we're gonna put you here. What? He's out for the count? Dang. The trail is dead, Sleeper. It's going nowhere. You have to agree, picking through the debris has been nothing but an exercise in futility. And now, coming to a dead end, you aren't even sure if there's anything to find out here at all. Loop back to one of the other trails, Sleeper. We're going to keep going. What else can you do? You just hope for Xander and Cadence's sake you find something soon. And the last one. Let us see. Love how Bliss can't do anything here. You're out for the count, but I got successes. That's what I have. See, I woke up today in success. I'm suffering from success. You know what I mean? So we got nothing but success today. Nothing but success. Straight success. It's a heavy burden that the crown bears on my head, my friend. Heavy a burden. Oh, we finished this one? Did we find something? Oh, hello there. I did not know I can scroll down. If I saw that before, I would have just went to the bottom. But alas, here we are. Here we are. Tunnel vision. The trail leads to these barren, airless caves. It's hard to imagine someone surviving here for long, but they might do it. Ooh, we can do one here with Bliss, but it is alright, I'll take that. We can end with that one. To the rig! And end that cycle. If I get those mushrooms, do they count as supplies or just like random mushrooms? Ooh, okay, Bliss. You said I want to be helpful. You got it. You got it, Bliss. That's what I'm talking about. Bliss is my person. They are my person. I rock with them. We've been through some hard times together in the first game. Okay. Yeah, let's not risk it for the biscuits. Let's just get that success. Continue. When the Star Wars trail led to the caves, a little hope was kindled in the hearts of the crew, but after plumbing the depths of these dark passages, that hope seemed snuffed out. Xander has struggled on in silence, only speaking to update Cadence on the lack of news via the cockpit comms link. But he speaks now, quietly at first, and then with increasing urgency. A light, Sleeper! I see a light! And with that, he kicks off hard from the wall and darts down a dark tunnel with reckless speed. You follow, but the tunnels are winding and you quickly lose Xander around a corner. You kick off from the same wall, trying to close the gap, but when you come around that same corner, you can't find Xander anywhere. Then you see it, through a thin slit in the cave wall, a flickering, fading light. You cross over to it, and see scratches and chunks scraped out of the rock. Someone has dragged something through here. Let's push through. You push away some of the floating rock and squeeze yourself into the gap. As you do, you watch the light pulsing inside the cave, setting the cracks and shapes of the rock in a sharp relief. You search through those shadows for something recognizable, but the light source remains out of sight. And then you are through. You steady yourself against the wall and look towards the light. There, besides a fading emergency lamp, floats a body, its head instantly striking you as strange and misshapen. You know immediately this must be Cartman. His head is shrouded in the emergency helmet, inflated around him like a balloon, while an oxygen canister floats nearby, attached by a tube. Wow. His eyes are closed, his body still. You try to settle your gaze on his chest to see the telltale rise and fall. And then the light catches something else. Something broken and skeletal nearby, a face with bright eyes watching you. A sleeper, another sleeper. They watch you with lit irises, one's just like yours. Their torn face reveals no emotion. They pose crouched, coiled even, like a spring ready to strike. Or like a turd in the wind. I'm kidding. You are both frozen, unsure, afraid. Nothing moves. Your eyes trace the damage to their suit, to their body. They look broken, worn down, and you wonder if this is how you look to others. If they flinch when they see you, if they flinch when they see you as you feel the need to now. Cartman! Xander's panicked voice cuts through the silence. He rushes forward to the floating body, and as he does, the other sleeper pulls away from the wall, like a statue coming to life. For a moment, you go to intervene, to save Xander from this skeletal figure, but the sleeper falls on Xander to embrace him, and Xander returns the hug. You float, stunned, watching as Xander begins to carry Cartman's body from the cave with Flint, the sleeper, guiding him. We got him. Cartman is stable. Cadence comes out from that room that has become a makeshift med bay. She looks between you and Seraphim. Thanks to you. And Flint? Caden's pauses, choosing her answer, carefully. Flint is in there with Carmen. They seem to be functional, if that's what you mean. We should head back to Oliveira. Seraphim cuts in. He places a hand on your shoulder and steers you away towards the cockpit. Once you're out of earshot, Seraphim turns to you. Did you know Flint was a sleeper? I suspected. Yeah, he nods. He pauses. I don't want to be suspicious. I was just surprised, that's all. Seraphim glances back towards the medbay. They look different. What do you mean? I don't know. Just something I wish they'd mention. No, for real. Like, he didn't even talk or anything. I hope it's not an issue like someone controls this sleeper, but hey. I'll go get her started up. He pats you on the shoulder and heads to the cockpit. Let's just keep an eye on them, okay? He leaves you floating in the corridor, unsure what to think. Flint is the first sleeper you have met since you escaped the program, and at this point, those memories are a little more than fragments and fictions. As the rumble of the drives runs through the ship, you can't help but feel a little concerned for what this might mean. All right. All rise with fries. All right. Let's get some of these mushrooms here. I just want to see something. I'm curious. Oh, you get energy for the free. No more spending on food. Okay, that's another way to do it. I thought we can give ourselves supplies. That's fine. So we have to wait for him to recover. Can't do anything here. Wait for him to recover. Got it. Let's get out of here. I don't think there's anything else out here, right? Okay, cool. Let's get out. Let us leave. You are left alone with Xander and Seraphim in the docks while Carmen is carefully carried from the rig by Flint, guided away into one of the Oliveira's many tunnels and passages. Okay, there we go. Okay, I believe you. Xander shrugs his shoulders. Seraphim raises an eyebrow. Believe us how? That you aren't saboteurs. He shoots you a sheepish grin. Although, you never know. I appreciate that. No problem. He nods to you with the kind of seriousness that only children possess. Tell me, kid. Seraphim folds his arms. Why are you so protective of this place? I mean, no offense, but who'd want to sabotage a tin pot colony in the middle of the shoals? Xander bristles at the comment, but controls his anger. You don't get it. Oliveira is a refuge. Why do you think we're hiding all the way out here? He glances at you and then back at Seraphim. I would have thought you'd understand what's at stake here. You've seen Flint. Seraphim pauses, unsure of how to respond. He looks embarrassed into silence. Look, Xander says, playing the peacemaker, you brought Carmen back to us. Everyone in Oliveira will thank you for that. How about you stick around for a bit, get a feel for the place. If you need a resupply, we can help. We haven't got much, but if you chip in, you'll get your share. He bows his head a little. We're more welcoming than we appear. Just don't expect to buy anything with those chits of yours. Xander puts his hands on his hips. Oliveira is not for sale. He shrugs. All right, kid. He glances at you. We appreciate it. We need to hang around until Carmen is back up and awake anyway. I think we'll be glad of the rest. I'll see you around then. Xander touches his brow in a salute, then kicks away, floating out of the docks. Seraphim turns to you. A little short leave doesn't sound bad. I agree. He smiles. All right then, he stretches. I'm going to head into town and see what's happening. He winks and glides away into Oliveira proper. You are left floating in the docks, unsure of what comes next. It doesn't seem like Lane is going to find you out here, so maybe this is the perfect time to take a breather, at least until you can bring Ankita's drive to Carmen. You turn that little thumbnail drive over in your pocket. Time to see what Oliveira has to offer. It's a new place. Let us go and explore. What's this? How many cycles do we have to wait? Oh. As you leave the rig, you find a figure waiting for you in the docking tunnel. You think of Xander's hostile greeting when you first arrived. Is that him again? Where are you headed? Flint leans away from the wall. Now out of the battered suit you first saw them in. The damage to their frame is concealed beneath their overalls, but you're still aware of it, just beneath the surface. Scrap sorting, farm stacks. Hydro refinery? Same. Flint nods in the direction of the colony. I'll join you. You float together through the docks in silence. Flint makes you nervous, and their insistence on intercepting you this cycle hasn't exactly calmed that sensation. Breaking the silence eventually becomes unavoidable. How did you end up here? Oh, why Flint? How are you doing? How are you doing? Flint stares ahead, continuing their glide. Better than Carmen. The mention of Carmen's name recalls the image of him floating unconscious in the light of your work lamps in those deep and winding caves. You suppress a shudder. Flint gives you a sideways look, their masking-like face betraying no emotion. It's good you found us. They pause as you both move through a doorway. Could have been sooner, they blink, but better than nothing. Looking at Flint gives you an unsettling feeling, like catching your own reflection in a polished hull plate. Is this what others feel like when they speak with you? Watching the crooked mask, the lit irises, for signs of human emotion? Interpreting the stuttering emulations of facial expressions as they cross your doll-like face? Flint turns away again. You realize that they might feel the same looking at you. Each the other's mirror, each reminding the other of the gap between being and being seen. Wow, are you seen, or are you just being? Ooh, it's philosophy. What happened out there? Flint pauses. I made a mistake, one I won't make again. They frown and stare forward, offering nothing more. You arrive together at the main bay of the hydro refinery, the space filled with tanks and ornate patterns of pipes and ducts. So, sleeper? Flint's face curls in amusement as he uses the mononym everyone refers to you by. Oliveira asks all of those it harbors to contribute to the colony. Show me what you can do. I'm gonna go to work. Hey. You and Flint join the huddled workers as they assign roles, each person given a task in the process of refining gas and liquid into usable fuel, diverting the runoff, monitoring the electrolyzer, feeding the system. The refinery is dotted with glowing terminals, and raw data feeds scroll across them at near unreadable speeds. The refinery is built from spares, runs on homebrew systems, and at first, the rawness of the interface pushes you back. But you focus, reproach, finding ways to manipulate the systems. The data spools, the cathodes posts, and the fuel gathers in the tanks. You step back to take a rest, watching the systems spin on, others moving in to take your place. Something makes you look to one side, a glint that catches your eye, and there is Flint, taking a rest of their own. You see a glint again, Flint turning something over in their fingers, watching it spin, a vial of stabilizer. My last vial, Flint speaks without taking their eyes off the jug. Even through the haze of your lost memories, you can recall the fizzing, sickening pulse of that injection, the dependence your reboot freed you from. Saving it for a special occasion, Flint pockets the vial and meets your eye. You don't need a stabilizer, do you? Flint moves away from the wall they were resting against. I noticed you were different from the first moment we met, but I didn't realize what it was until now. The way you work, the way you move, without dependence. I see it now. Flint folds their arms. I'll tell them about the reboot. You tell them about the process you and Seraphin attempted to on Darkseid, the one that Lane interrupted. They listen absentmindedly, watching the workers instead of you. That's not all, though, is it? Flint meets your eye. There's something wrong with you, more than just your decaying frame. Your signal, your presence, it smells different. Lane did something to me. I have come to know that feeling, the feeling that I am an object, a tool to be molded, to be shaped for someone else's use. Here in Oliveira, people are different. Flint looks out at the workers. But I still know who I am, what I bring to this place. All of these people are at risk because of me. That means you too are a risk to your crew, to me, and more importantly, to this place. That is what is worrying me. Oliveira will welcome you, just as it welcomed me, Flint stretches, and it will do so in spite of itself and its own safety. I want you to know that, because they will pay the cost, those close to you, and you must know that they pay it for you. That's how communities work. Man. With that, Flint turns and glides away, leaving no space for a response. You watch them leave, their billowing cloak revealing and concealing the glinting and ragged parts of their exposed skeleton as they go. The canteen. Let's go to the farm stacks. Supply gathering. Okay. Scrap silos will give us components to hunt for. Ooh, that's nice. Search the silos for components for your own use, but they won't come easy. See what we can get off of a full positive then, just to test. Just scrap components, okay. I mean, I'm okay. I got a good amount. I can fix 3 dice with this much. And the canteen. You tend to get served based on how well liked you are. That makes sense. It says safe, but and it's repeatable? It doesn't say repeatable though. And then the refinery. You are permitted to extract fuel for your own use, but you have to oversee the complex automated process yourself. We have 6 of 15. Oh. Not bad amount of fuel. That's nice. It's really nice. Very good. Very nice. I got a 1 and a 2. What else have I not been to? Okay, so scrap. This is just based on... Yeah, let's try this. Skill is missing. Oh yeah, I can't do it. So we gotta wait 1 day. Let's just see what supplies we can get then. Nope, you just took energy from me. Oh, there you go. I'll take that. Let's go here and the cycle. The sound of raised voices echoes through the tunnel. Following them, you find yourself at the entrance to the clinic, where Flint and Xander are locked in a bitter argument. I won't take you out there, Flint. Xander is pleading with the sleeper. Look what happened to Carmen. They'll kill you. What happened to Carmen is exactly why I have to go. They will find me here, and when that happens, the whole colony can hear you too. Seraphin comes out of the clinic with Cadence. You trying to wake up Carmen? You see Seraphin clock you, standing in the passageway. Your eyes meet, and Seraphin looks away. Neither of you have seen each other since you brought Carmen back to Oliveira. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm trying to make sure what happened to Carmen doesn't happen to anyone else. Flint folds her arms. I'm the reason he is like he is, and that means it's on me to fix it. Wait in silence. Trying to be a hero, Flint? Seraphin squints at the sleeper. I'm trying to stop Essen Arp coming down on this place. He gives him a dark look. At the mention of Essen Arp, Seraphin's eyes jump straight to you, and Flint follows his gaze, finding you waiting in the passageway. Essen Arp, the company that created you, the company you escaped. The idea of them bearing down on this place sets your nerves on edge. You have long since slipped their grasp. Lane disabled your tracker in exchange for unwavering service, a gift that became a trap. But Flint is still on the run, and if Essen Arp attacked Carmen's ship, they can't be far away. You look at Flint and see the fear in their eyes. Your tracker is still active. Oliveira is shrouded. Flint looks towards the center of the colony. Carmen managed to get hold of a signal shroud and set it up here. He wanted to keep everyone safe. There's no way SNR can track me here. Am I missing something? If they can't find you here, what's the problem? It's not just about the tracker. That hunter found me in the debris field. They know I escaped. It's only a matter of time before their search brings them here. Silence falls on the group as the inevitability of the problem sets in. Xander looks distraught. Yeah, you can't, Flint, he says in a quiet voice. They'll kill you. Seraphin glances at you and Flint in turn, and you see his mind working on a solution. He looks away, frowning. I'm sorry, Xander. This is how it is. He looks dejected. Unless we get them first. Seraphin smiles an impish smile. Seraphin, what are you thinking? Cadence speaks up for the first time. We know there is a hunter out there, scouring the shoals, and we know they are looking for you, Flint. That means we have the upper hand. We don't need to bring them here. We can bring them anywhere we want. Seraphin looks around the group. So we get set, we prepare a little surprise, and then we wait. Flint is already shaking their head. The hunter could arrive here at any moment. We don't have time for this. If I had a ship, I would have left already. Then we move you now. We take you somewhere we can prepare, and we work hard and fast to get an ambush set. When the hunter comes, he grins. We spring the trap. Ooh, what kind of trap? That we still have to figure out, Seraphin admits. But you have to admit, it beats going out to die without a plan. He shoots Flint a look, and hey, if we fail, the outcome will be the same anyway. Flint doesn't respond immediately. You can see them thinking it through, considering their options. I'm coming. Xander has a determined look on his face. We're doing this, and I'm coming. Look, kid, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but this is the real thing. A bounty hunter is not going to... Stop patronizing me. I know the shoals. You need me out there. Their conversation suddenly devolves into many small arguments. The location, who should go, how to approach the ambush. The noise grows. The old Solheim manufactory. Ooh, this might help us out though. Cadence's voice rises clear and precise through the noise. That's where you do it. It's on a rock far enough from here and it's a real labyrinth. You can lead the hunter there and get them lost inside. Cadence's eyes are bright and determined. The place is full of old machines, ordnance. We've been afraid to scavenge any of it, it's so unstable. You notice Seraphim watching Cadence speak, clearly impressed by this sudden shift towards decisive action. I love how the writing is just like, yeah, he likes her. He likes her so hard. We can bring the whole place down on their head. Xander picks up Cadence's thread. I know the manufactory. It's a good idea. You look between those gathered. Seraphim, stubborn and protective, Cadence's sharp eyes, Xander's relentless desire to get involved, and Flint, a sleeper like you, a sleeper in need of an escape. It's just like that stare. It's like, what's up? It's me. It's Flint. Carmen was building something here. A shrouded haven, a place that needs protecting. He may be unconscious behind those doors, floating amongst the wires and tubes of the clinic, but something of him is here, in this group, making a plan of resistance. Flint's eyes meet yours, and you know what has to be done. The rig will leave Oliveira this cycle. You have it, Hunter, to trap. Contract on the map. Okay. I just need some supplies first. We're still waiting for him to recover and free Flint. Got it. We can do that. Be our last contract here. I will need to just get supplies though, so scrap, not really. No, my energy. I just need one. Just one, please. Hey, there we go. Full on supply. And the hydro refinery has our fuel, so hopefully I can get 3. The RN gods have not failed us yet. 6 scrap. I think that's everything we can do. And wait, but you'll have to wait for fruiting bodies to grow before you can harvest them for supplies. Does it count as a supply if I do it out here? Or is it just energy? No. No, I'm starving. I don't want to have to eat one. Can we set a trap? Time-sensitive contract is active, so I have to go. I don't want to give up one, so let's just go. Map. Old manufactory. Who do we want to take? I have a +1 here now. I think I have a +1. Hang on a second. Go back. Oops. Come back real quick. Yeah, I got a +1 on interface. Not a +2 yet, but I got something. But every time I get this do the contract stuff, I feel like I'm taking the wrong people each time. So who do we want to take? Let's do... Well, I'm good at engineering. I can hold that down. Maybe just have Eugen and Junie. Because Eugen covers 2 things here. Junie's really good at the tech stuff too. She's only good at tech stuff though, so if I needed something else like intuition, that'll be Bliss. We'll get Eugen. Maybe tech. I think it's been a while since we traveled with Junie, so let's try it. Corroded plates, twisted struts, scattered scrap. The manufactory makes for a familiar sight. Just one more ragged artifact from the corporation that once owned this system. Despite that, something about it sets you on edge, perhaps because it will also form the crucible for your attempt to take on an SNARP hunter, the kind whose entire job is to bring in escaped sleepers like you, dead or alive. The rig is tucked behind a rock, running on low power with its transponder off. You hope that's enough not to draw attention. So talk us through it. Seraphim turns back to Flint, Cadence, and Xander, all of whom are crammed into the cockpit along with your crew. We have to make this place look like a colony. This is what the hunter will expect. Cadence suggests first, her voice quavering a little bit with anxiety. We can seal up some of the holes. Maybe install some lighting, fake it up. Okay, that's good. What then? We force them to go deep. Xander cuts in and everyone looks at him. He pauses, a little intimidated by the attention, but Flint nods at him to continue. I've been out here before on a salvage run. There's an assembly line that runs through the whole place, filled with old manufacturing machines. We seal doors, activate machines, make it a maze of malfunctioning construction arms and dead ends. All right then. Control their route. I like it. Seraphim smiles at Xander, and if we get lucky, maybe one of those old machines will do the job for us. I doubt it. Flint joins in. We'll need the ordnance from the silos, mining charges, fuel, whatever is left from when this place was churning out Solheim goods. They furrow their brow. We blow the place, to make sure. A silence passes through the cockpit, the danger of what you are about to attempt dawning on everyone present. Okay, Seraphim has a dark look. That's the plan. We can detonate the ordnance with a command from the rig, a simple wideband comm signal. We'll get them. Seraphim pats Flint on the shoulder. Once they go in, that hunter isn't coming back out. He turns to you. Anything we missed? Won't the trap be obvious? What if they don't take the bait? What if they don't take the bait? Then I engage. Flint rubs their hands together nervously. I lead them in directly, right? Right, he confirms grimly. Seraphim confirms grimly. How long do we think we have? There's a lot of factory down there. The hunter got to me and Carmen fast. Flint looks out of the cockpit. No more than 3 cycles. When the hunter came for us, Flint grimaces, remembering the attack on Carmen's ship, they came out of nowhere. Hit us hard and fast. If it wasn't for Carmen, we need to be ready for anything. He looks at you. There won't be a warning. Nice pep talk. Flint, you better find somewhere deep in that place down the bedrock, but make sure it has a back door, okay? He nods at the sleeper. The rest of us will get to work. All right, you heard Flint. We do this, and we do it right. We make our stand on this rock. Let's not waste a moment more. Let's get to work. What do we got? We got the storage silos. Okay. She's not of use, but me and Eugen can do this one. We have the assembly line. Okay. Okay, good. Is it? It's only a plus. I got you. To be sure you can face the hunter, all 3 parts of the plan must be ready by the time they arrive. Okay. Entrapment. So we have interface. Okay. He can also help over here. This seems to be the easiest that we can both get on. And this is another one where it's just seal the exterior or disguise the exterior. So, okay. Well, let's start. Let's start, I guess, with the hardest one, where it's going to be the slowest. I wonder how this is all going to shake out. This is going to be crazy, you know? I feel like we're not going to be able to do all of this, but that's just me. Okay. So this 4 will be a 6. I guess it also doesn't make sense to hold on to her stuff too, but these are both dangerous though. I hope she can help. Oh! Yeah, I'm not gonna take the chance. If you can't get it with your best dice, don't even do it again. And we got about like, what, 3? The hunter's arrival. Okay. Yeah, because she couldn't help out here, so might as well try. Okay, I'm also gonna do a push. So that'll actually clean this up. Nice. You know, Cadence's voice comes over the comms, shimmering with interference. From here, it doesn't look half bad. You look across the shell of the manufacturing, now studded with lights and dotted with markings, the fresh welds and plates giving the whole place a fragile, patchwork feeling. If I was a piece of shit hunter, this is what I'd think a normal person's settlements would look like, right? Right. Caden goes quiet for a moment, her attempt at humor only serving to remind you both of the desperate circumstances. Have you spoken to Flint? Caden pauses. I mean, really spoken? Why? Oh, Caden stumbles over her words. I just thought you two might want to speak about Flint is very loyal. I know they are quiet and, well, intense, but I just hope you two can find some common ground. We get on just fine. Of course, sorry. Oliveira is a refuge. Cadence takes a breath. For all of us, I was in trouble when I met Carmen. We all were, in one way or another. Seraphine has told me a lot about you. And she hesitates, and I can see what you are trying to do for Flint, for Oliveira. Let her finish. I appreciate it, and I know Xander does, and Carmen will do as well. And Flint, well, you'll see. The comms click off, returning you to the silence of the manufactory. You look out across the false colony at the glittering lights. They are a poor imitation of Oliveira's real lights, those that indicate the colony's fragile, delicate state. You shake it off and move on. This isn't over yet. Well, I already used a push. Got 2 left. I don't want to waste her thing there, because if she gets another, let's go to the rig. Let's just pray to RN Jesus that we can get some 5s and 6s. Please. Please. Okay, I'll take that. And she got a 6 too. That's what I'm talking about. That's an instant success. I don't know about her 3. I ain't gonna lie to you on that one. We still got this one too. He can help on this one, but he only has a 1 and a 2, man. Ugh. Okay. I mean, I can attempt. He has like enough stress to handle this, so we can see if he wants to do this one. But for me, it's gonna do a +1 on, or a +4 on this one. Okay. Well, that's 3 instant successes, so might as well use them all here. Let's hack the machines. Okay. It'll be another straight success if I am able to do a push and get a positive. It's a risk on Junie helping out. Actually, can she even help on the next one? Because if not, I might use her dice there. I might. I don't know. +4 will make it a 5. Oh yeah, it's already an instant success already, so yeah. And this will make it a 4, but that's still a we can try. Ooh, good roll. You float for a moment, observing the chaos of the old assembly line. The scale of the structure, the number of machines, the arms and fabricators, the welders and bolters, suggest industry on a scale that you have never witnessed. The Helion system, a system that now subsists on the leftovers of its failed corporate owners, was once filled with manufactories like this, churning out components and technologies, machines and resources for extracting the valuable materials and minerals that Solheim existed to amass. If someone was to rebuild one of these places, put it back into operation, imagine what could be fed into the belt, what changes could come for its people. Yet, no one will undertake such a task because this place is haunted by the specter of Solheim, an entity that every being in this system can trace their origins back to. An entity that turned the entire system into a manufactory, a machine for accumulation, and that did not distinguish between human and machines as it did. You look at the broken machines, worn down and rusted, crippled and bent. Some of them have been put back into use this past cycle as part of your plan, and those jerk or turn randomly, blindly groping for components that will never be fed to them. None of them are sentient machines like you, and so they cannot feel or think, and yet you cannot decide if for them to persist is a kind of cruelty that radiates from the system that created them, or the indication of a new life, one that grants them new function, new meaning, and the possibility of something more. Creepy, right? Xander floats beside you, his voice hissing through the close-range comms. Maybe the hunter will get spooked by these twitching arms. He imitates the scattered movements of the factory machines. I doubt it. I'm just messing. Those things wouldn't even scare Cadence. So, how come this hunter isn't chasing you? My tracker is deactivated. Huh? Xander shoots you a look. Lucky you, who did that? My captor. He goes quiet. I see. I can't deactivate Flint's. Sure. But you know, maybe once we are done here, he meets your eye, they need your help. Xander looks out at the assembly line and sighs. I like Flint. I'm happy to do this for them. He turns back to you, and I want you to like I want to like you too. So don't mess this up, all right? Xander gives you a hard look. Don't let Flint down. Xander kicks off and glides towards the exit without waiting for a response. You watch him go for a moment before turning away. There's still so much to do. If only I had a push for this one. I can make it a 4, so I could take some risk. Ooh, positive outcome. Thank you, RNGesus. I don't think there's anything he can do on this one. Oh yeah, he can. It's a risk, but he can get neutral. Okay. I mean, it's gonna probably be a fail though. And he still got a good amount. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm excited. Let's get to the next day. That was good rolls right there. Really good rolls. All right. Not a bad hand to work with. Oh, but I got successes out the box here. I wonder if I should just use one of his. Let's see. All right. I can finish it up here. Maybe. Nah. 2 good successes. Why not? You already know. He helped set it up for a win. Bam. Set a 3-stage trap for the hunter. Love it. Go easy with that. Flint's voice rumbles over local comms as you secure the final piece of ordnance. You turn to see them floating, backlit, in the entrance to the bay. One of many that you have rigged with ordnance deep in the manufactory. Down here, dust and flecks of rust float through the beams of your lights, and the walls are bent and buckled. They spent the past cycles here, picking out a spot to draw the hunter down to. One they should be able to slip out of when the hunter finds their way in. It's a long time to be down in these dark tunnels, waiting. Looks like we are just about done. Their voice is flat, their tone pragmatic. You okay? Flint nods, eager to be done with this. They look over their shoulder, however it plays out. Flint glides into the bay, slowly. There's something I need to tell you, something I think you'll understand. What we are doing out here is not about saving me, it's about Oliveira. You struggle to see Flint's face with the light behind them. I should be on a ship out of there, leading this hunter away, but they won't let me do that. They shake their head in frustration. And even if they would, they can't spare the ship. Not after Carmen's got shot up. That was my mistake. I never should have let them persuade me to come with him on that supply run. What's done is done, though. What matters now, what I need from you, is a promise, as their bright irises flash, that you'll bring this place down with me in it, if it means stopping the hunter. I won't do that. You will. Flint drifts a little closer. You know as well as I that those who get close to us are a risk, that we are sleepers, have to recognize what we open the door to. Carmen is my fault. I won't be Oliveira's downfall too. With that, they turn and leave you in the dark. Dang. That's someone being pragmatic right there. And that's all we can do today. Wake up, sleeper. Seraphin's in the bunks. We've got incoming. You shake off the haze of forgotten dreams and get up. In moments, you are in the cockpit. Xander, Cadence, and Seraphin all gather around the console. On it, the local view shows nothing. Not a single ship signal, and few objects beyond a scattering of debris. It was right here, I swear it. Seraphin jabs at the screen. A ship. Small, but definitely a ship. Seraphin, we've all been up a while. Get some rest. I know what I saw. He catches her eyes. You look at the screen. It's gridded view showing the scattered signature of debris, like schools of fish drifting in a soft current. The manufactory is a noisy blob at the center. Oh, hang on a second. Showing the scattered signature of debris, like schools of fish drifting in a soft current. The manufactory is a noisy blob at the center of the circle, one that dissolves into the background at its edges. Nothing. And then there it is, a flicker, a flash, a spark of movement and light among one of the debris clouds. It flares, and then it is gone again. You look up at Seraphin meets your eye. He reads your expression immediately. Seraphin slams a hand down on the console, opening up the comm channel. Look alive, Flint. They're coming in. Go deep and be ready to run. He pulls his hand off the switch. We better hope they heard that. Then you see it through the cockpit glass. The flare of an engine, faint and masked, but driving a squat, dark ship out of the debris, the Hunter. The ship seems to idle a little near the manufacturer's asteroid, drifting past a dressed-up shell of the old facility. Time to see if our fake colony is convincing enough. Cadence nervously clasps her hands together. Will they buy it? They better. Seraphine looks concerned, though, because if they think this place looks abandoned, the Hunter may just strafe the whole facility. We need them to dock, to come inside. You look out the ship, and as you do, it jumps forward towards the docking tower. You watch for a few tense moments as it hesitates, and then slides into position onto one of the docking bridges. Whew, they went for it. He pats you on the shoulder. Good job. The rat is in the maze. We can track them now. At least that's the theory. I hooked up some basic monitoring devices in the assembly line, Xander calls over from another console. A few shitty cameras repurposed from the factory monitoring systems. Not much, but hopefully enough to tell where they are at. Cadence, Seraphine, and you crowd around the screen. Xander flicks between noisy black and white images and feeds of static. You squint into the fizzing dark, trying to pick out any detail. Then suddenly, you see them. A shadow drifting beneath a flickering light, dark-clad in military gear, a long gun held ready at their shoulder, deathly pale skin, and in their eyes, gleaming through the faceplate, glowing irises. Wow, the hunters themselves are also sleepers. Of course, we gotta control the bounty hunters too. Who the hell is that? Seraphine pulls back from the screen. They look like a sleeper. Xander finishes the sentence. The figure disappears outside the margins of the frame, and Xander flicks through the feeds. Where'd they go? You drift back from the screen, trying to think straight. The hunter is a sleeper. Or something else. You replay the image of the figure in your mind, but it has already shifted in your memory. It is your face staring back. It is Flint's. It is the sleeper's mask of death. Sleeper? Seraphine grabs you by both shoulders and looks you in the eye. We need to focus. We should get down there. Xander's eyes are wide. This changes things. This changes nothing. He nods. We wait for Flint's signal. We hold here. The ordnance is in place. Seraphine looks at you for assurance. The moment we get the signal, we blow it. You think of the mining charges rigged in daisy chains, the fuel barrels lashed to detonators, the command code ready to transmit from the rig. Seraphine sees the determination in your eyes. We hold. So you wait. Cadence's eyes on the manufacturer below. Xander tapping at the glass. Seraphine perched by the console, listening for the signal. Then you hear it, the hiss of an open comms channel. You look to Saren and he hears it too. A static haze that fills the cockpit. You all go still. He nods towards the indicator on the console. It's Flint's channel. A click, a scrape, and silence. Seraphine frowns, tapping at the controls. What? Flint's transceiver is gone. It's dead. Hannah hits the cockpit. Xander gliding over to the console. Cadence going pale. Sleeper? Seraphine turns and looks back over his shoulder towards you. We need to go in. Go. Cadence looks between you, Seraphine, and Xander with a steely expression. I'll stay here. She glances nervously at the console. Give me a signal, and I'll send the detonation signal, if it works. He looks torn for a moment, then nods. Let's go. You rush down to the airlock and suit up with the others, and then you are out, descending through the rock-strewn void in tense silence. You enter the manufactory through a gap in the frame, passing through layers of twisted facility and into the deep parts where you know Flint waits in the dark. You say nothing to each other, afraid the comms will be intercepted. You lead Xander and Seraphine on, seeking the deep bays under the silos, where you begin setting up the ordnance. Or began, though unfinished. Perhaps there is enough down here for this to work, if not. Seraphine's hand falls on your shoulder, pulling you back. You go to speak and then you see it, a torch beam lancing through the dark. The hunter, as you saw them on the grainy footage of Xander's cameras, but real now. Just below, a long gun held ready at their shoulder, pushing through the dark and broken layers of the facility, seeking Flint. Seraphine, Xander, and you exchange wide-eyed glances in silence. The hunter passes below, disappearing into a dark passage. You wait together, the moment stretching out, then descending down into that same passage. The silence is absolute. Suddenly there's a flash of light ahead, bright and forceful, and a rumble that shakes rust flakes from the walls. Xander pushes off hard, launching past you into the dark. Seraphine goes too, and you instinctively glide forward as another rumble shakes the foundations of the facility. You come into a low bay, scattered with glowing embers, scorched holes in the walls, spew drops of red-hot metal, where a weapon has been discharged. The hunter floats at the center. Taking aim again, you see a flicker of movement on the far side. Flint retreating. Before you can act, a slight figure in a suit slams into the back of the hunter, Xander. As he hits, the hunter's gun spins out of their hand. Ooh, please. Whew. You kick off, away from Xander and the hunter as they grapple together, spinning in the dark towards a deep shaft at the far side of the bay. You spot the shape of the long gun as it spins ahead of you. As you reach it, your hand locking around the sculpted grip, you spin and raise it. The first shot goes wide. burning a scorching hole in the bay wall. The second shot grazes the side of the hunter's suit in a flurry of sparks. They are thrown away from Xander, unable to find anything to slow their glide. The hunter disappears into the dark of the shaft, leaving a trail of embers in the dark. You see fear in Xander's eyes as they turn back to you. The muzzle of the gun smokes, glowing red. It is spent. "I've got Flint," Seraphim calls over local comms. "We ascend now." You look across the two of them, kicking off from the floor of the bay towards a ragged hole in the ceiling. You and Xander exchange a single glance and follow. "Cadence?" Seraphim's on the wide band. "Detonate this place now. Send the command." There is silence. You ascend through it, through the layers of the manufactory, seeking the open void of space beyond. You clear the manufactory, gliding into open space. A silent shockwave like a gust of wind runs through the void. A silent rumble spits out a scatter of debris. You turn back, still gliding towards the ship, and you see the shattered manufactory. Whole sections are bending it outward, the framework shredded, plating tumbling away in shards. You look across at Seraphim and Flint, their eyes set on the ship, trying only to stay ahead of the debris. You do the same, fixing your attention on the rig and nothing else. The hunter's dead. Hey, we did it! Let's get out of here. And we leave. Ooh. You limp back to Oliveira, the mood in the rig one of deep exhaustion, but as the colony appears, visible from the cockpit, the satisfaction of having run a terrifying gauntlet and come back in one piece shifts the mood. The crew's improved mood only becomes more obvious as you draw closer to Oliveira. As you come into dock with the colony, you feel a wave of relief. Seraphim pats you on the shoulder as you both wait for the airlock to open. "That hunter," he sighs. "Essenarp is crueler than I could have imagined." "It doesn't surprise me. It's a nasty logic. Send a sleeper to catch a sleeper. I'm glad we bought Flint some freedom." The airlock hisses open, revealing the docking bridge where Xander first confronted you. This time, another, more substantial figure waits in the passage. "I hear you're the ones I should be thanking for saving my life." Carmen leans against the side of the tunnel, one arm clamped against his waist. "So, thank you," he nods at the two of you. "Happy to help." He smiles. "I have a feeling there might be more to your arrival than just a friendly traveler offering a helping hand." "Carmen!" Cadence rushes past the two of them, gliding into Carmen with an embrace strong enough to leave the injured man off balance. "All right, careful. You don't want to put me back in the medbay now, do you?" Carmen pushes Cadence back with a gentle grip on her shoulders. He flinches as he does, his joke clearly holding some truth. "Sorry, just glad to see you up." A frown crosses Carmen's face. "Where's Xander?" "You losing your vision, old man?" You look back to see Xander and Flint behind you in the tunnel. Xander smiles widely at Carmen, betraying his happiness to see him. I'll be just fine, Zan." Carmen's words are confident, but his tone suggests he isn't convinced. You notice his hands are tightly balled into fists, as if resisting pain, and wonder if he should really be up at all. Carmen turns to look at you and Seraphim. "I think we need to talk. How about you two and Flint accompany me to the medbay?" Carmen winks. Flint pushes past you both and goes to Carmen, helping him out of the tunnel. As he does, they exchange a few words, but you are too far away to make them out. You and Seraphim exchange glances and follow behind them into Oliveira. Carmen leads you to a small recovery chamber in the medbay, where his bed is set up. Oh, nice. A handful of tubes and wires float gently beside it, attached to boxy devices. Flint has already left the group, leaving just you and Seraphim with Oliveira's injured founder. Carmen meets your eye with a hard look. "So how did you two end up stumbling onto our colony in the shoals?" He raises an eyebrow. "Because we're not usually open to visitors." And Kita sent us to you. You see the flicker of a recognition in Carmen's eyes when you mention Ankita. You produce a thumbnail drive, holding it out for Carmen to inspect. "She told Sleeper to deliver this to you, and you alone." Seraphim folds his arms. Carmen pauses thoughtfully. "That's a name I have not heard for a while." He takes the drive. "It seems I should thank you again. Ugh. And perhaps I owe you some explanation myself. Ankita and I used to work together a lifetime ago." He shakes his head. "We went our separate ways, but then she turned back up in Oliveira." "Wait, is this the Carmen that... Is it? I'm trying to remember. I don't know if he was mentioned in the first game. Definitely didn't meet him though. I established this colony as a refuge, a way of starting again." Carmen clasps his hands together. "The belt is changing and I am afraid of what is coming. Ankita took refuge here for a short while, and in one cycle she was gone. That's not unusual for her. Each of us has our own demons. And as he holds up the drive, I will take a look at what's on here, and when I'm able, he looks at you at the drive with concern, and I will let you know what I find. You and Seraphim thank him and leave the chamber as he settles back on his recovery bed. As you leave, Flint catches your attention. Can we speak? Seraphim pauses. I'll catch you back on the rig. He looks between the two of you and then glides away. Flint hovers, a look of concern on his mask-like face. What do you need? He gives you a curious look. You don't remember any of it, do you? Any of what? Of how you got here, of your history. Flint screws up their face in a pained expression. At first I thought you were hiding something, or you were intentionally avoiding the subject, so I waited, but I understand it now. You don't remember me at all. You take a moment to think, to try to recall Flint. You furrow your brow in frustration, sifting through hazy memories of Darkside and further back of your arrival at the Belt. You close your eyes and you see the faces of other sleepers, panicked, desperate, in darkness. I don't remember. We worked together in the same SNR mining installation, along with the other sleepers. He searches your eyes for a spark of recognition. We weren't close. I'm not sure we really spoke. Very few of us did. But I was there when we planned the escape together. The run to the freighter, collapsing the mine shaft. He stopped, struggling to continue in the face of the blank look you were giving them. You feel an unpleasant itch, as if something is crawling around inside your skull. You can see that Flint wants you to recall them, to recall the escape, the installation, but you find only hazy sensations, and beneath them, pain. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I know you can't help it. I just needed to say something, to know if you really don't remember. Thank you for everything you've done for me, and for Olivera. He turns and drifts away dejectedly, unable to continue. Damn. Long lost friend. As you watch Flint go, you scratch at the side of your head, trying to find something in the way they move, the way they speak, their mask-like face, a face that was identical to yours when it was first cast, but that, over cycle after cycle of wear and damage, has been transformed. Two machines so close in form and function, estranged by experience. There we go. That was a really good contract, a really good couple contracts we did there, but we got something here, folks. We're on a little path here. I don't know where it's going to take us, but we got the thumbnail drive to Carmen, and we're just going to have to see what happens in the next episode. You know, for those on the YouTube side of things, like the video if you enjoyed it, or not, it's up to you, but leave a comment if you're liking what you're seeing so far, and what else you think might happen. Otherwise, follow me on Twitch and Blue Sky. All of it is at Uncle Bernsey. So, otherwise, I hope y'all have a good day, good evening, or whenever you are watching this. And cheers from your favorite, loving uncle, Uncle Bernsey.